Dr. Johnson came here in 1950 because of Centennial Racetrack, and he joined a small animal practice, the Howarth veterinary practice. Dr. Howarth had been taking care of my father's horses, and when Dr. Johnson came, he gave up all of his equine practice. Dr. Johnson then took that over, and that's how I can remember first meeting Dr. Johnson was in 1950. Dr. Johnson built the little office at 6221 South Santa Fe Drive, and that was the birth of the Littleton Veterinary Clinic. And it was a 3-room office, and he had a pickup truck, or didn't have a pickup truck, he had a panel truck. And he started out of there under that title. I went to work for him in the summer, and then when I graduated in 1957, I joined the practice.
In September of 1954, I was a bright and shiny new high school graduate, and I went up to Colorado A&M College. And one of the first people I met was during the rush week was a man named Marvin Beeman, who was a junior or sophomore in the veterinary college. And we became friends as soon as we shook hands. And that friendship has grown and matured ever since then. So,
my senior year in veterinary school, I had negotiated a job in Caldwell, Idaho, and went and visited the veterinarian over spring break of my senior year, and we had a handshake deal. I was going to go to work for him. On Wednesday, before graduation on Friday, and our marriage on Sunday, he called and said, "Terry, I hate to make this call, but Dr. So-and-so came along and wants to buy my practice, and I've sold to him." I called Dr. Beeman, and they hadn't hired an intern for that summer because internship was not very formal in those days. That was in '67. And he says, "Well, go on to your honeymoon trip," and we were going to visit some practices in California. So we did, and got home, came back, called him. We didn't like any place that we went. We weren't thrilled with it. So made a deal to come and do the internship for the summer.
No, that's what I was going to say.
We had a small clinic in Littleton, and we were doing well with it, but we were outgrowing it.
it was largely a mobile veterinary practice where we used veterinary trucks and went to the client. In the late 60s, we built a hospital with a surgery suite and separated the small animal from the large animal.
We knew we were outgrowing what we had. We'd gone from the 3-room office to our little surgical suite and office there, and we had outgrown it, and our practice was just going, climbing.
And Dr. Vail came in one day and says, "I think we should drive down to the Dambaugh property, which is Wild Acres, and it's for sale. And it's been for sale for a while, and it's due to the zoning, etc. The county has, there's been no takers."
And then in '71, we purchased this property and built a clinic here.
Dr. Johnson, we started with, finally got so exasperated with Dr. Vail and me wanting to spend money for various things that he just was very, very unhappy. And so he left. because he couldn't tolerate us spending all the money. And we knew at that time we were outgrowing the practice that we had. And so this came up for sale, and then we bought it.
Well, the Monday morning meeting, I already know what my partners have had to say about it, because we consider it such a vital melding of everybody's thoughts and ideas, and again, not picking on anybody, but picking on ideas, good or bad. And what comes out of it, you don't know. It's not something you write down every day and say, well, this is what happened Monday, this is why. It's what I go away with, what somebody said to me about a case or what they're doing that I can put to work for myself. And I think having those open minds together is, you can't put value on it.
You have to stay current with what's going on, and in today's society that's challenging. It's expensive, but a tremendous amount of time and resources are invested in continuing education. The staff meeting every Monday morning takes 19 veterinarians out of production so that we can teach and share and lead and compete with each other on a current basis.
Well, I think that the medical advancements are just melded into the whole professionalism because of the continuing education that we have on an annual basis. And so they have been probably most important because they answered questions that we didn't have answers for before.
One time I got asked that question, are you guys cutting edge? Are you, at the forefront? And yes, but there's always a fine line between being a little crazy and being cutting edge. So we feel like that for our customers, for our clients, for the horses that we take care of, we won't just be the first adapters to something unless we know that there is a solid reason for it and that there's at least a good amount of information that is saying that it's safe and that we'll be responsible for helping horses.
As far as practice goes, I think that has evolved, and we've been part of that evolution too. So the one that probably stands out the most to me is technology and how much that has changed our practice. We're always looking at not the latest fad or the the things that come in and out of style in the horse world, because unfortunately there are a lot of those that don't really stand up to scientific scrutiny.
I guess I will have to betray my chauvinism and say the biggest advancement was organized veterinary medicine opening its doors to women. Obviously there was tokenism through the there have always been great women veterinarians all the way back to the Civil War, but the actual equality, the level playing field for women in veterinary medicine has been one of the greatest advances in my lifetime.
I think the core belief that we're here for our clients and that we're here to help take care of people, the people that we have had on our team, and sticking to those values of being passionate about what we do and being compassionate and empathetic towards our clients and the people we're entrusted to work for, and being professional, not wavering from those decisions has probably been really what's really helped us continue to be successful.
It's a highly attuned professional practice, but it's driven by a family type of feeling about all the employees, and that's huge, and that's one of the things that I think clients and sometimes even horses understand about the practice.
We talk a lot about our values and how important they are to us, and those are passion, compassion, and professionalism. It's no surprise or accident that those three words kind of tie into the original three partners, Dr. Beeman, Dr. Swanson, and Dr. Vale. They all kind of embody all three of those. So passion, reminds us of Dr. Beeman and his passion to continue learning and continue growing. Compassion is Dr. Vale, and he has developed long-term relationships with clients, and they are all convinced they're Dr. Vale's best friend, and many of them are. And then professionalism reminds us of Dr. Swanson, and to us professionalism means holding yourself to a higher standard, so not being content to just keep doing the same thing every day, but to always try to do it better to the best of your ability. And those values together, I think, have kind of helped always encourage us all to continue growing, both professionally in terms of knowledge and education, and in terms of investing in the practice.
The environment has allowed us to been able to attract people that understand the philosophy here, and it's given us the opportunity to have, well, I think Dr. Topp and Dr. Tischer are the ultimate answers to what we started to do, was to try to figure out a way that we could propagate it without causing failure of the system, or the ability for somebody to enter into the program without being a terrible financial wreck for them. The environment we've created to keep everybody very conscious of doing the right kind of veterinary practice is the only thing that's tolerated here.
I would hope that our legacy would be outstanding professionalism that we could exhibit to each other and to our clients and to their horses and to the people that work with us.
It's going to be wonderful for our horses, it's going to be wonderful for our clients, and it's going to be a very interesting and exciting and fulfilling career for everybody, from the guy who cleans the stall at this place to the person who does surgery here. Everybody is involved, and that's very exciting, and that's the legacy.
We're so grateful to our clients for giving us the opportunity to help them, and we're so grateful for the opportunity to help all of you with your horses. We love horses, we love people. Thank you so much for all the support you've given us.